I should note before we begin that this video is going to feature the cutscene that houses the best song in the game, and my voice is totally going to drown it out. So, anybody who wants to hear this amazing song in its entirety should follow the link in the description. Then again, the song is actually longer than the cutscene it's actually in, so you should probably listen to it outside of the game anyways. Yeah. Very interesting idea to make the best song in the game not play during any boss battles, but play it during the cutscene that's not even long enough for you to hear all of it. I don't get it, honestly. Maybe it was just extended for the OST or something. But yeah, enough about that. We are going to take all of the items we've collected and develop a couple of things. We have the item that's needed to make the final weapon, the final special weapon, rather. Here it is. The guidance unit that we picked up makes the active buster. This is a weapon that fires homing missiles, but you have to stand still in order to fire it, which is pretty common for all special weapons. The active buster is actually the most expensive weapon in the game. You can give it infinite ammo for the cost of 1 million zenny, as in the max amount you're allowed to carry, which is just like... That is... Like, 1 million zenny is the cost of fully maxing out the shining laser. So, yeah. I can either give a bad weapon infinite ammo, or I can give a good weapon all of its upgrades. Speaking of the shining laser, we're going to finally use it! These weapon upgrades are very expensive, but I'll at least extend the range. Like, even at base level, like, getting the shining laser as early in the game as I did, you're not supposed to have it this early in the game, of course, because of the sequence break I did, but it's very powerful if you use it here. So that's what I'm going to do. We have a boss battle coming up, and we're finally going to get to see the shining laser in this boss battle, which, you know, normally you would not see this in any other playthrough. Also, we picked up the sniper scope, really good buster part if you need range. Plus 5 range, plus 1 attack, yeah. So yeah, this is a boss battle that you would normally not see the shining laser in. Now, technically, if I had gone into the lake subgate, gotten the jet skates, and then come back out, I could have, like, gotten all of the items for the shining laser, or the prism crystal rather, completed all of the side quests, and then used the shining laser on the lake subgate boss. I believe I mentioned this already, because I didn't find that out until I had already recorded that part for the playthrough. So, yeah, maybe I'll go back and do it again. It doesn't really take that long to finish this game. Mega Man Legends is actually really short if you don't watch cutscenes or do side quests, and even if you do, I've recorded all of the footage I need for the rest of this playthrough, and the final time was 5 hours. So, all the cutscenes, all the gameplay, only takes 5 hours to finish all of that, which I can actually kind of appreciate. Most games these days, they take like 40, 80 hours to 100%. It's nice to have a short game. Anyways.
It's the bonds.
That it is.
Now that he's opened the main gate for us, we don't need to keep him around any longer. Time to blow him and that ship of his to Kingdom Come. All port cannons, prepare to fire!
You know, I was expecting this ship to have a lot more guns, but it's just like the cannons on the sides and a couple of other things.
We don't stand a chance out here. We'll have to try and hide in the clouds.
This is the music I was talking about, by the way. It shows up in every, like, Mega Man Legends crossover, like it's in Namco Cross Capcom, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. And yet, it's just used in this one cutscene. It's not even a boss theme. But yeah, still pretty awesome. You know, I'm surprised the Flutter could actually withstand any shot from this thing. When we actually get to the gameplay part, like, this is another mission where you have to defend your ship from getting damaged. And it actually takes quite a number of bombs, even on hard mode, to destroy the Flutter, so this thing must be actually pretty sturdy. And fast.
faster than she looks. Launch the Drox! Don't let him get away!
I'm pretty sure that's how you spell that word.
See you escape this time.
Escape? Running away is for cowards. We already established that.
Picking up a large number of little ships closing in on us. Mega Man, can you take them out?
No problem, Roll.
Why didn't the game subtitle that line? I had to subtitle it myself. The game's creating more work for me. So first thing you have to do is shoot down all of these ships. Their hitboxes actually don't activate until they're in formation, as you can see here. So even though I would like to use the Shining Laser, I'm actually just going to stutter shot them with my max power buster. Much nicer. Unfortunately, we have to wait for the other ship to get back into its position. Yeah, if you don't destroy them immediately, they start shooting at the flutter. So, yeah, get that over with as quickly as you can. This boss battle actually has a lot of problems with hitboxes, as you'll see.
Roll, they're right on top of us.
I'm on it, Mega Man. Here we go!
I just noticed, is that data on the monitor inside the flutter?
Impossible! They shot down all the Drox! But they bought us enough time to catch up with Blue Boy there! Huh? Where'd they go? They're gone!
Diesel, they're underneath us. They're right below the Gesellschaft.
Underneath? They couldn't have! They must have discovered our weak spot! Battle stations! It looks like they're serious. They want to go out fighting, just like cornered rats! On your toes, everyone!
Roger. Rats?
You know, I forgot to point this out, but all of the Bond ships actually have German names. So Gesellschaft is one of them, for instance. Alright, so the gimmick to this boss is that you have to shoot out all of its weak points, which include the wings and its underside. As you can see, I'm shooting it with a laser now, but, you know, I actually forgot where the hitbox was, so I couldn't hit it at first. This boss, if you have long-range weapons, it's actually possible to hit the weak points before their hitboxes activate. At least that's what I think. Like, this is another example of this right here. I couldn't damage the wing, but as I get closer to it, I will eventually be able to damage it. And there are a lot of special weapons that you could use for this fight. The Spread Buster is pretty good. In fact, a lot of weapons are pretty good. And for some reason, the laser wasn't working, so I started shooting with the Buster. And at this point I thought, you know, I'm probably going to need range for this, so I decided to equip the Sniper Scope. Still, the Sniper Scope is a pretty good buster part for situations like this. Of course, now that the hitbox is deactivated. You know, maybe I should just double check how the speedrunners handle this, because they know the hitboxes, like, inside and out, when they activate, when you're allowed to shoot at them. Anyhow, when you're not shooting at a weak point, you can shoot at the bombs to stop them from hitting the flutter. And the cannons on the side of the ship can also shoot actually very much more dangerous bombs at you, so you want to stop them from doing that.
I'm sealing it off.
What? Gunners! What do you think you're doing? Knock them out of the sky!
Yeah, they didn't exactly do much damage with those bombs, did they? So here's the Shining Laser for real. That's how powerful the thing is. It just tears through the life bar. And I'm gonna show it off better with this thing. Now, I don't have any of the Shining Laser's attack upgrades, but if I were to fully max it out...
Packing on that little ship!
Oh yeah, you want to know what kind of firepower I'm packing on the ship? That line is so much more hilarious if you sequence break to get the Shining Laser, by the way. So, if you max out the Shining Laser's attack, it can actually rip through the health bar of the final boss in a little over 2 seconds.
There must be someplace we have.
So yeah, that's awesome. The Shining Laser is the best thing ever.
Mega Man,
Its burning grip compels me to defeat the Bonds. Or whatever the line from that show I can't remember is. So yeah,
mission complete.
as you saw, the skull on the front fires those green balls yet again. And that's not the last time we'll see them either.
Mega man. If we're not careful, we'll be caught in the explosion. We've got to get out of here.
Right.
That is one slow explosion. Goodbye, ship that costed like 3 million zenny to purchase and build. Well, that just made the prequel to this game pointless. Oh, but it's not over yet, of course.
You didn't think you'd be able to take care of us that easily, did you? But they still managed to get me. I can't move my arm. It's up to you, Tron. Get him!
Leave it to me, Teasel. He's gone too far this time. No more playing around.
I've got a laser and you don't, so I win by default. Okay, so this boss can be difficult if you haven't done it before. Tron starts by shooting missiles at you, and then she will either fly over the flutter while shooting at you, like this, or she will just stop atop the flutter itself and just shoot at you directly. The missiles are the most dangerous part because they can actually pack quite a punch. And as you saw, the shining laser is still pretty good against her. And yeah, the missile got me. I actually didn't see that one. That was pretty sneaky. The flying robot she's in actually has like multiple hitboxes, and since the shining laser goes through enemies, what you can actually do is if you can strike 2 of the weak points at once, or at least 2 of the hitboxes rather, like this, you just chew through her health. And, you know, the Spread Buster is also a weapon that works really well against her. I've seen people use that. So, this boss, in keeping with the German theme, is called the, I kid you not, it's called the Focke-Wulf. You can see why they didn't want to say that out loud. Just one mispronunciation would cause a lot of trouble for the people at Capcom.
I'm sorry, Teasel. I lost.
Don't worry your pretty little head over it, Tron.
Wow, the lip sync is just getting me.
But sometimes your best isn't good enough. We lost fair and square. That's life.
You're pretty, you know, you're taking it pretty well there, I must say, considering that you're pretty much dead. Almost makes me feel bad about him.
They did eject, didn't they?
I don't think so.
Maybe,
Ventriloquism.
maybe we should have taken it easier on them.
Maybe.
Why do you guys suddenly feel bad about these guys? They've been trying to kill you the entire time. Would they feel the same way about you if they won? I don't think they would. Anyhow, it's, well, first we have to talk to Gramps for some reason. No, actually, the only thing you can find inside the main gate is more questions, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, so it's Easter egg time. I believe if you give Roll all the gifts and then go in this room after that boss, this happens.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Whoops.
Get out of here now! Next time, knock before opening the door.
Sorry, Roll.
So yeah, they don't come out and say it, but Mega Man just saw Roll without any clothes on. And in the Japanese version of the game, when he exits the room, he actually pumps his fist, like, yeah, I got to see someone naked! Anyway, after that boss fight, you can come back to the market and talk to this guy to activate another side quest. Yeah, I thought we were done with those two, but there's still 2 more left, and this is one of them. So, his wife is out for a walk, and he has no idea where she is. And as you'll see, considering her condition, I think we found the winner of the most irresponsible husband award. Because, you know, not knowing where your wife is actually a pretty bad thing. Especially since you know, in this case, the husband's wife is kind of, well, the game won't see it, but she's pregnant. I mean, look at that belly. And it seems that she is kind of, well, you know, it looks like... Alright, enough being around the bush. She's going into labor while she's out on her walk-in. If you don't take her to the hospital, I don't actually know what happens, but you can actually just, like, refuse to help her, and that's like such a dick move, and they let you do it. That was a weird camera sweep. Alright, so after that, just exit the hospital and then come back in for your reward. Yes, these are some very strange side quests that we're getting into here, but they're, you know. Alright, so what do we get? We get a sunlight. A sunlight, huh? What is a sunlight? Is it the thing that Gundel Sol uses? Yeah. But if we take it to Roll, I'm sure she'll be able to turn it into something. Roll can turn anything into a weapon if we give her the right items, of course. We have created the Broken Circuits, Main Core Shard, and Sunlight were used to make Omni Unit Omega. Yeah, this buster part is actually really disappointing. All it does is it increase all of your stats by 2 and your rapid by 1. Well, except for rapid, which is increased by 1. It's a really disappointing buster part because we have parts like the laser and the sniper scope that are like +4s and +5s. We have the auto battery. I think you're allowed to actually have it by this point without sequence breaking. And the auto battery like maxes out your energy, so yeah. That's a really lame buster part this late in the game. So we're going to take the active buster into the main gate, and that will be next video. We'll finally see what the main gate is actually all about, but first, we have another point of important business to attend to: adopting cats! This game lets you adopt a little kitty. Why? I don't know.